I'm not really sure how Lucy expects me to do this cooking segment.
You are excited about this one. I knew you would be.
I told her I wanted to skip the first 2 cooking segments and just go right to the 3rd. Now, you have to tell everybody why.
Okay, so we're making our French toast casserole with peaches and blueberries.
Look at that.
And I had it in the oven, and it really does smell good.
Right. So now we're all distracted. I somehow have to fight through this to get to the 3rd cooking
You can
segment.
make it, because we're going to get you a little to-go plate, and you're going to be able to take as much of that as you want.
Yeah, Lucy said, I don't have enough, Chas. I don't. And I'm like, you're right. It's only the largest pan I've ever seen.
I know, it makes a ton. And the recipe says, you know, a 9 by 13 baking dish, but make sure it's a big one. You know, sometimes I feel like, I'm like, 9 by 13, this, you know, 1 inch deep. So really, this is a 11 by 13, I think. So really that would probably be better, because it does make a lot.
Good.
And I thought with back to school, you know, moms could get this, or dads, of course, could get this made ahead of time, and then, you know, it could even be popped in the oven that morning, or of course baked the night before, and people could just eat on it during the week. So back to school, you know, you got to get these kids up, got to get them in the car.
This is a way to get them up.
So this is definitely a way to get them up. And so we do have our fruit in there. You know, you have your bread, so it's kind of well balanced-ish.
Hey, and you know, we've made so many casseroles here before. Joe was just talking about, which I know he'll talk about in the next segment, his wife made one of your breakfast casseroles that they have been working on all week, and it was really good.
Good, yeah. And that's the fun thing about this show. I try to share things that people feel like they can go home and do and actually use, and all of our recipes are there on y'all's website and Greers.com too. So I thought we could get started with the eggs.
Yeah.
So we have 8 eggs that I cracked in here.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to add 1 cup of sugar. And I have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and half a teaspoon of salt. So we'll just get this whisked together. And the boys were helping me prepare this.
I bet they were.
I know. I'll ask Allison if she can put the pictures up in the in one of the segments. I'll have to shoot them to her. But it's fun, you know, now that they're interested in cooking. Of course, they're only 3, so you know, I have to just remember my patience and try to use patience when they're in there in the kitchen with me, because you know, they're really just kind of more harm than help, but I want them to, you know, want to be in there with me. So, and you know, they can do stuff. So I just let them, you know, when I was pouring in the sugar, you know, I was like, hold my hand, you know, and let them pour it in. And of course, I can let them stir and things like that. But I don't know. I just think it's so important to get your kids in the kitchen. You know, for a lot of different reasons. I mean, it's just quality time. They're going to be, you know, more interested in eating if they've had a hand in it, and they need to know, you know, how to cook. I mean, just going forward in life, it's just, you know, I don't know, I probably just feel that way because I came up cooking in the kitchen, and it's just special to me. But, you know, food is just something that you can share with everybody.
And one of the boys takes after his Aunt Chas and loves sweets just like I do.
Yes, it's the blonde. It's the blonde. He falls right after you. It's Nick.
Good luck.
I know. So he's just like, we were cooking, actually, you know, doing this, and they were like, of course, know what eggs are, you know. So we cracked the eggs and put them in. And he said, I like eggs. And I said, good. And then we were pouring in the sugar, and, you know, I said, what's that? I said, sugar. He said, I like sugar. I'm like thinking, that's all you eat. You know, it's
eggs
like
and sugar.
Eggs and sugar, and but they're good. And then he followed up with, I like grits and I like oatmeal. So Jack is just, he was probably like off tearing through the pantry or something. Jack is kind of a handful. So I'm surprised that's not the one that takes after me. Seriously.
What's going on?
They're a combo of you.
Well, we're continuing to work on this. We're trying to get through these cooking segments. It's really hard. We're aiming for the 3rd one where we get to try it. Joe will be up next.